times when you give a gift, it's not just about the gift, but about the presentation of the gift. And when you go out of your way to get a little creative and make a nice presentation for a gift, it really does go a long way. So I'm going to show you how to turn this ordinary wine bottle into a beautiful pineapple presentation. You're going to need a few items that you see here. First, you will need some twine or some ribbon, and you're going to use this to secure the tissue paper. You'll need some burlap, some chocolates. I used Rocher chocolates for this project. You can also use Hershey Kisses in the gold ones by the about 2 packages of the family size. But for this project here, I went ahead and used about 63 to 65 Rocher chocolates. So it did take quite a few chocolates. And then you'll see here what we're going to end up doing is using these to create the pineapple look. You'll need some tissue paper. You can use yellow or gold. I did like the gold. I felt like it just gave it a little bit of a nicer feel. You'll need a glue gun, some glue sticks, scissors, and I suggest coffee over wine because you really want this gift to look great. The other thing that you'll need in addition to your wine bottle is some foliage. Now I chose to go with a real plant. You can choose to go with tissue paper and just cut it out to make leaves. But again, I chose to go with the green leaves. I felt like it just took this up a little bit of a notch. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and cut our twine. As I mentioned before, we're going to use this to go ahead and secure the tissue paper to the wine bottle. You'll need about 2 layers of tissue paper. So we'll go ahead and lay them out. You're going to want to center the bottle in between the tissue paper and wrap the tissue paper around the bottle. You're going to use the twine to secure it. You'll go ahead and just tie it in a nice little knot. Be sure not to make it too tight because you don't want the tissue paper to break. Next, we're going to get the tissue paper and we are going to cut tiny little squares out. These are about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. They don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. If you are going to use the Hershey chocolates, you're going to want to make the squares a little bit smaller so you can still see the chocolates. Next, what we did here is the Rocher chocolate comes with almost like a little cupcake wrapper. So I went ahead and actually secured and added a little bit additional glue to the chocolates themselves, just so it was more secure for when we went ahead and put it on the pineapple. Once I did that, you will notice that I went ahead and laid out multiple rows at once. It was just easier to kind of start a production line with everything. Then we went ahead and got all the chocolates and we just kind of put a tiny little dollop of glue in the middle and we put the chocolates directly in the center of each one of those tissue papers. We did start at the bottom. I think with these Rochelle chocolates, I started about 12 of them in a row, and then we just went ahead and just started gluing them on with the gold facing outward. When you went ahead and started the next row, you'll notice here we started in between 2 chocolates so they weren't directly above each other. It gives that scattered pattern. Once you get all of your chocolates to the top, then we are ready to start putting our foliage on. Now, as I mentioned before, you can use tissue paper, but you are going to need to use a lot more of the tissue paper. I would just go ahead and glue these in kind of an asymmetrical pattern right around just so it looks a little bit full at the top. And again, you're wanting to glue these toward the top of the tissue paper and not on the bottle itself. And be careful not to burn your fingers because I think I got 3 burns from doing this. Next, you're going to get your burlap ribbon and you can tie it around so it's a little bit thicker. You just want some of that foliage to be covered a little bit. So I think this was about 1 inch or 1.5 inches wide burlap ribbon. We're going to go ahead and just wrap it around the pineapple, and then we are going to actually get it secure with some glue. And here you go. Here's our finished product. We have our DIY pineapple wine bottle gift. Now you can also put this in a basket with a couple of wine glasses. It is a great presentation, and every time I've done this I have gotten numerous comments, and it is a great gift that I love to give.